Well, guys, figuring out a way to win and finding a way to win. I'm just really proud of our guys. Obviously, there's some things that we need to work on. As you guys know, we're a long ways from where we need to be. But, sometimes when you're winning, sometimes you just got to find a way to win some games. We've been on a pretty emotional roller coaster and a pretty emotional ride here since probably the Boston College game. And, for our guys to come out and figure out a way to kind of get it done when we shot ourselves in the foot, obviously the first special teams, Gaffe, is that the right word?
Yeah.
All right, good. Thanks for that. And then, I made the call for a fake field goal down there when we were on about the 7 on the right hash. And it was proven Kicker's a better kicker than he is a catcher. And then we give up a big one, there. But, shoot, guys, that was a lot of fun. And finding a way to win is important when you're building a program.
You looked like you were outrunning D Hart coming down that sideline.
I think I was off about 2 or 3 inches, though. I think, but I've told you I can outrun D. You've seen him break it and get caught, but no, they got it right. That's why we have replay, and it shouldn't have come to that. Let's face it, guys. But at the same time, just figuring out a way to get it done is really. Man, that's tough to do in this business, and our guys are doing it.
Well, your
quarterback played perfect. It looked like he was hurt, and yet he did great things.
You know what? The guy did his best Willis Reed impression I've ever seen, limping out there at every series. He's a tough guy. He wasn't going to come out. We'll see what it is. Sounds like a groin or something. And then Richard landed on his shoulder. So, we'll see how that is come next week. But, at the same time, if he can't play, Nick Stevens will go in and play and do great. Elroy Masters and Jordan Baden, that's why they're on scholarship. And they'll come in and play at Richard's spot. And next guy up.
But Grayson's just a tough kid. He just didn't want to come out of that game at all, did he?
No, he wasn't coming out. And he's proven that. He's a tough guy. Obviously, he wasn't going to scramble anywhere. Credit our whole line for, giving him the time on that little pump and go deal to Joe. And then, obviously, D. Hart had a great pickup on the pressure on the big one to Richard when he went down. But you know what? We got something that we say about keeping the chief clean, and that's what they got to do up front.
When you think about it, though, your special teams is something you've been proud of. You felt that they've been a big difference. You've had some faux pas, I guess, this game.
Yeah, we did. And yet, we also, 2 big momentum changers on kickoff returns. Deontay, again, we just got to teach him not to get tackled by a kicker. That's number one. We're going to have a drill where he and kicker just at full length of the field. But and then when they tried to pooch it to keep it away from us, that's why we've got guys like Preston Hodges back there. He ended up turning that field around for us. So, there were some good things there too. I thought our kickoff coverage was excellent. And yet, we got one on the ground. We didn't get a Peter call, and that happens on rugby. And then, I made the call on the fake field goal from the right hash there, and I had no idea that we'd probably run that thing about we've run that play more than any play we have in our book, and I'll be darned it didn't work. But at the end of the day, people be working on it.
When you look at the pressure that you got on especially the interception that Davis got, did you feel that was the play that really turned the tide and it wouldn't come down to?
The one I thought was going to turn the tide was when Trenton picked it off and then spit it out down there around the 10. But we knew that this was going to be one of those games. It just, guys, I can't tell you, we're 8-1, and we figure out how to win a ball game when we probably weren't our sharpest. But don't take anything away from that ball squad. I don't think many teams have thrown the ball over 100 yards against them. they do a good job.
You also look.
D Hart.
Oh. You know, D came up, it was about, I forget when it was, but he kind of grabbed me and he gave me that big grin and he said, Coach, I just love these games. And, you know, I just kind of knew that, you know, we felt good he could salt it away, you know. I mean, he made some cuts. He did a good job with one-cut runs, didn't dance. You know, Treyas was a little off today. He had a couple, you know, miscues. And, you know, D just went in and did his job.
You've addressed it a little bit, but is there a point where you say, this is just a year where things are going to go right?
I'm sorry,
Is this just a year? Is this just a year when you say things are just going to go right?
Yeah, but I think part of it is you create some of your own just rights by how you think and how you go compete and your preparation that you put in. I think, you know, really good football teams, they'll stumble here and there. The key is to figure out a way how to get it done, and our team is kind of doing that a little bit, and we're getting better, and you know, I'm just proud of them.
The last couple of weeks, it looks like Corey James is really starting to get his mobility back, be the Corey James of old. Showed that. Are you seeing signs that he's really past the knee thing?
Yeah, I think so. His condition needs to be better, you know, that he can be on the field more. You know, he had one down there in the goal line. I thought that he could have got a guy, and he got beat him with speed outside. But, you know, he's definitely a force to be reckoned with, and we just got to keep having him play hard every down.
How big is that for your defense, though, for him to be the guy, the strip sack that puts the pressure on Gray that makes him throw that bad pass?
I'm telling you, it's you guys know, anytime you can get the quarterback to become uncomfortable, and I think last week even, you know, some of the tackles became uncomfortable, you know, with that knowing what's going to happen. So, you know, having that weapon on the field, and again, I talk about explosive playmakers. Corey's that kind of guy.
Same thing again. Last week, you said the guys were a little, almost not sheepish, but didn't like the way it ended.
This week they were giggling because they were like, you know, why are we doing this? You know, and again, as I told them, there's nothing to hang your head about. There's lessons to be learned, but at the same time, there aren't a lot of teams in the country that are 8-1 right now, and Colorado State Rams are one of them.
Coach, you've had a couple of big come-from-behind victories, and then a couple like this one in Nevada where, you know, you let them
kind of held on.
Do you think it's just your players are getting a little too comfortable?
Well, I guarantee they weren't comfortable on the sideline. I made sure of that, but no, it isn't comfort. Look, I think a lot of it has to do, you know, guys will take it, but we're playing good football teams, you know, teams that are capable. And, you know, for us to build leads, we're keeping the ball in front of us for the most part, and that's kind of, you want the defense or the offense to earn it. So, you know, I'm just really excited for next week. We get to play another opponent, a conference game at home. I just really hope we can get a great crowd out there to support these guys because they're playing their tails off.
What's the return of Tyler Sombrilo meant for this team?
Well, he's a huge leader. I mean, he's a guy that, you know, generates what we do on offense. And I'm just really proud of him. And the way he's playing, man, he's playing lights out.
I think he's just stepped right into that leadership role at only senior offensive line.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And we had a great leader in Weston Richburg a year ago, and you know, Ty kind of followed, but he learned from one of the best, and he's doing a great job.